Hello YouTube, I'm Enofis here doing some stuff in Dominations. Thanks for tuning in. Well, this video will be about forest and deforestation and what could I do wrong in early stages of the game if I wouldn't know better. So, also I'm going to talk a little bit about street connection and buildings connected to the streets and how this works, and also this will help you determine which corner would be best suited for your playstyle and your game at all and your experience. So first of all, everything in Dominations is becoming increasingly more expensive and increasingly takes more time to build or upgrade or remove, especially the wood, the forest. So I've done some math here, and I've reached finally the cap of the amount of gold I can spend and the amount of time which is spent during deforestation. And the cap is with the university upgrade of Moctezuma, who was a Native American ruler back in the times. And if you upgrade him to the fullest of this certain ability, which gives you 30% of the time of upgrading the forest, which started at 20 days and now it is 14 days in 16 hours, which is in total 352 hours per forest to remove. Also add in 6,250,000 gold, so each forest will take 6,250,000 gold starting from that forest. It doesn't matter if I choose to remove any forest, but it will become increasingly more expensive. So I've done some maths also, and I have calculated that these 2 rows of forest, which they have added 2 patches ago or 3 patches ago, and it is in total 220 days and 93,750,000 gold just to remove 15 pieces of forest. This is a pretty high number. Well, you can count that you can put in 3 citizens at once to remove 1 forest, and then you can add it up. Also, you cannot remove some in the corner, so this one I could not remove, I guess. Or was it that one? No, I couldn't remove that one in the corner. I can remove that one. And yes, so I would have to remove 20 more woods to fully remove all the forest. And the shape, what should you consider? In later stages of the game, you really want to have a lot of space to develop your base, to be free in your creativity, and to creating a base with traps and trap doors and all that stuff. So there's a lot of tactics going into that. And if you are disturbed because there's a forest in the wrong spot, it can really screw you up and make you tilt. And I can imagine that there are a lot of people just put the game aside because they done some wrong with the deforestation and they don't want to progress anymore because it's too annoying, because too expensive and all that stuff. And so I would highly recommend to try to start from the bottom corner. What you don't need to do is, like, you are an Iron Age, for example, and you just want to rush to that corner because you heard that it is good. No, do it slowly, side by side, and work your way towards that corner. Why that corner? Because I found out that it is very convenient of a lot of players to look from the bottom up, so that it is more confident, convenient. Searching the word anyway. So it feels better when you have your fixed corner, on the bottom side. Well, when I started the game, I didn't know that, and I started from the top corner or from the right corner. I'm not really sure. I think it was the top corner. It's not so bad, but it's really a little bit annoying because it's easier when you have your one side free on the bottom and bottom right and on the bottom left. So these sides are more interesting to use as a point from where I want to go to develop my base. One other thing which I've seen a lot of people to do when I was doing my raiding, they removed a street of forests to the certain buildings like the Alliance Gate, the museum, the embassy, or the anchorage. All these buildings are utility buildings, and they cannot be destroyed or attacked or be in the way of any attacker. They can also not be added to your road network, and you can use the utility as soon as you have built it up. Because it was a ruin, and then you build up the ruin, and then from there on you start to go higher. And well, as you can see, my Alliance Gate and my museum are behind a row of forest, and I can still use them. And to show you how the road system works and how I think other people thought that you could add it to the road network, that's not true. So I made a little experiment to show you. So if I'm pressing on on the street, I can see which building is connected to the city center, and the city center has just one street connected to it. So now I'm going to connect one building. If I click on the road, I can see it is lighting up green, which means it is connected by road to the city center. And I can do it even more. So I collect all of them. I go with the street, and then I can see 3 buildings are connected with the city center by the street, and all the other buildings which are not connected are not going to light up green. So there you can see it. And to just do a countermeasure, there you can see I put a street here, I click on the streets, and this building is not going to light up green because it is not connected to the city center by street. So it should not be interrupted. And then if you want to see if I can use the anchorage as a building to connect it to the street network, no, you can't, because it is not lighting up, as you can see. And this same rule is also put on the embassy, the museum, and the Alliance Gate. So it is not necessary to add them to the road network at all. They're just there for utility. Road network, how does it work? So the more buildings I have connected to the city center by streets, the more road income I get. This is some kind of tax system where you can loot gold over time, so it adds up, and then after like 10 minutes or so you can start collecting the gold, maybe a little bit later, in later stages. It becomes increasingly more, and then I have like friends in my clan, they have like a 600% road income because they've connected so many buildings to their streets, which is a pretty high amount of a pretty high number, but it should not be focused on that in total, because it could alter your game experience. But it is a nice thing to have. In World Wars, the more buildings you have connected to the city center, the higher the extra hit points your city center has. So my city center has like a hit point of something like 20,000, and it is going to be added like 8,000, so it makes 28,000, something like that, which is a nice number. So I want to slow down the attack speed. That's okay. So this just for you to know about forest, deforestation, street network, and adding the percentages. And yeah, you might ask yourself, why the hell did Aminophis build his base like that? I don't want to show my normal base layout because I think it's really good. I placed the traps really well. Maybe in later videos I will show that and explain a little bit why, but right now this should be it. Thanks for tuning in. It would be very helpful if you leave a comment, subscribe, or leave a like. It helps me really big time because I just started the YouTube channel and I would like to progress it a little bit more. If you are interested in any questions, I would try to answer them as fast as I can. Anyway, keep up and see you on the battlefield.